If you just joined, welcome. We'll get started in the next few minutes. Just hang tight. All right, we've had a few more people joined. Just a reminder to mute and have your camera off. We'll get started in the next few minutes.
Thank you to those of you who just joined the meeting. We will be starting very shortly. We're just waiting for a few others to get onto the call. Thanks so much for your patience.
Hello, if you just joined, thank you so much for being here. We are still admitting people, so just hang tight. We'll start in the next couple minutes. Thanks. All right, it's 9:05, so I'm going to get started here. Once again, thank you all so much for being here. We're very excited. Warm welcome to our regulatory rockstar community as well as the general LinkedIn community. My name is Isabel, and I'm the industry relations lead at Arazy Group. Thrilled to be here today, which marks a special occasion for us because we're opening our doors to a normally internal regulatory update session, and we have been overwhelmed by the positive response and turnout. Many of you have been curious about our approach to successfully managing MedTech registrations across 140 plus countries, and today we're pulling back the curtain to share our insights and expertise. It's an honor to introduce someone who plays a pivotal role in keeping us at the forefront of regulatory intelligence and RegTech, our Regulatory Affairs Intelligence Lead, Aman. Aman is not just a leader within our team, she is a driving force behind the in-depth regulatory updates that fuel our success. And every month she meets with our internal team to dissect the latest changes in the regulatory landscape, ensuring that we remain ahead of the curve. Today, she graciously extends her expertise to you, our valued community members. This is a unique moment for us as we've opened the doors to our regulatory updates, we've never opened up the doors to our regulatory updates in this way before. We're trying something new and we couldn't be more excited to have each and every one of you with us today. So to ensure a smooth session, please note the following guidelines. You'll be muted with your camera off, so you are invisible to all attendees. Arazy Group members will be able to contribute and ask questions, but when you're not talking, please remain muted. The meeting will be recorded for internal purposes, but will not be distributed to attendees. And please note down any questions you have along the session, because we will be sending out an email directly after this session, and you can ask questions and give your feedback. So keep those on hand. Without further ado, I want to express our gratitude for you being an integral part of our community. Your curiosity and engagement drive us to explore new avenues, and we are very grateful for your presence. Let's make this live session a collaborative and informative experience. So thank you so much for your patience, and we're so happy to have you here. Over to Aman.
Thank you, Isabel. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to explore the latest regulatory update for November 2023. These updates are a big deal in the medical device industry, and they affect different countries in various ways. So let's jump in and get to the nitty-gritty of these regulatory changes and how they might impact your operation. Before we proceed, let's give a shout out to the country in the spotlight today. Each of these places has rolled out updates that deserve our attention, and we're going to unpack them one by one. So we have Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, Indonesia, Cuba, Vietnam, Egypt, and finally India. First stop, Malaysia. In the Malaysian regulatory landscape, we've got a couple of noteworthy updates for medical devices. These updates revolve around the Certificate of Free Sales, CFS, and the Electronic Medical Device Registration Certificate. Let's break this down for you. Okay, all right. The Medical Device Authority, MDA, announced that they will no longer issue certificates of free sale for export only, CFSEO, medical devices. This change goes live following the announcement made by the chief executive of MDA during MDA High Performance Project on the 7th of June 2023, and it states that, starting from October 1st, 2023, the MDA will no longer issue CFSEO. Instead, the MDA will provide an export certificate. Previously issued CFSEO will remain valid until their expiration date. Furthermore, our exploration of Malaysia lead us to the Electronic Medical Device Registration Certificate. So the MDA has implemented a new framework for electronic medical device registration certificate that is is effective from the November 1st, 2023. So the establishment can download the device registration certificate from the MEDC at ST2.0 plus system after application shows a complete status and the payment of the registration fee has been cleared. Now, for application that was approved before the 1st of November 2023, the establishment would receive a physical medical device registration certificate, such as the existing process. And at the same time, the electronic medical device registration certificate can be downloaded for the application that was approved after the November 1st. Only electronic medical device registration certificate will be issued by the MDA. That's our the major updates in Malaysia today. Now, as we shift our focus to Singapore, here we encounter a notable update concerning the safety and performance of medical devices. We'll carefully examine these changes to provide a comprehensive understanding. Let's see. So here we have on September 2023, the guidance on essential principles for safety and performance of medical devices was updated. This document provides an overview on meeting the essential principles of safety and performance of medical devices. And in this update, there is a note that was added for the clinical evaluation essential principle. This note states that clinical investigation are generally expected to be designed, conducted and reported in accordance with ISO 14155, clinical investigation of medical devices for human subjects, or to a comparable standard and in compliance with local regulation. Well, moving forward, Australia takes center stage with a significant reclassification of various medical devices. These changes are intended to align with the evolving medical devices framework within the European Union. So, in Australia, the reclassification process commenced on November 25, 2021, with the transition period in effect until October 31, 2024. Notably, right now, discussion regarding a potential extension of this transition period until July 1st, 2029 are underway. So we may see a notification next weeks or next month about the extension of this deadline. Now, what this extension for now, it concerns these three kind of medical devices that were approved for reclassification. It is about the medical devices in direct contact with the heart, central circulatory and central nervous system that have to be reclassified from class 2A to class 3, and for medical devices that are substances to be introduced into the body or applied to and absorbed by the skin that should be reclassified from class 1 or class 2 to class 2A, class 2B, or class 3. And finally, for spinal implantable medical devices, that has to be reclassified from class 2B to class 3. Okay. Now, our next destination is Indonesia, as you can see, where we encounter an important update. This is regarding post-market and country testing for medical equipment. This update is articulated through circular letter number HK0202 E1721-2023, post-market testing of medical equipment, that dated September 20, 2023. So marketing permit holders are expected to carry out independent post-market testing of the product in circulation to ensure products continue to meet safety, quality, and benefit. And independent post-market testing is carried out periodically at least once every 2 years by an accredited testing laboratory with sampling and testing mechanism. You can find more details about that in the attachment 3 of this circular. And the post-market test results must be reported to the Directorate of Medical Device Supervision electronically. And here also, there are more details that could be found in the attachment or Annex 4 of this circular. Now, there is a list of priority medical devices that should undergo this like post-market testing. And here we can see the details as was published in the circular. So for all sterile medical devices, a sterilization test is required. For ultrasound, continuous ventilator, infusion pump, syringe pump, 2 tests are required: electrical safety test and product performance test. For condom, test appearance, dimensions, density, explosive power, and leakage. Disposable syringe, IV cannula, IV catheter, wing needle, fistula needle, infusion set with needle, sterility test, and test the sharpness of the syringe are required. For sterile gauze, again, sterility test is required and fluorescence test. And finally, for IVD, especially rapid diagnostic tests for HIV, syphilis, hepatitis, and dengue, both sensitivity and specificity tests are required in this for these medical devices. So here we have, as I said, the priority list of medical devices that should undergo this periodic post-market testing in Indonesia. Next on our agenda is Cuba, where a significant regulatory update pertains to the classification of in vitro diagnostic medical devices, IVDs. So here the resolution number 70, 2023, and its third edition that was published on September 5th, 2023, and became effective 2 days after, on September 7th. So through this resolution, the regulation D5023 for risk classes of IVDs edition 3 was approved. This regulation aims to update the criteria of the classification of IVD. So this is very important because I have here an update of the criteria of classification of IVD in Cuba in accordance with current international trends, incorporating recommendation from the International Forum of Medical Device Regulator, IMDRF. Thus, after that, the regulation, the previous regulation number 50, 2012, has been made obsolete. And manufacturer of IVD must follow the new regulation, the 5023, to appropriately categorize their products, here IVD, into the relevant risk classes for products that are marketed within the national territory, including both imported and, of course, domestically manufactured products. Now our journey takes us to Vietnam, where recent regulatory updates addresses the registration application fees update. So in the circular number 59, 2023, CHI-BCC, which outlines the regulation on charges, collection regimes, management, and use of fees in the medical device, was issued on August 30, 2023, and takes effect from October 16, 2023, so recently. The update introduces new government fees for the evaluation process of registration application in Vietnam as shown in the table. So for the registration application of medical devices of class A have 1000 VND, for class B 3000 VND, and the change in this circular is about the class C and D that come change to 6000 VND. This is about the update of the fees for registration in Vietnam. Now, here we arrive to Egypt. And Egypt presents us with a noteworthy regulatory development. This is about the introduction of a new system, the very called or known as variation self-guided tool. Let's see what is that about. So this tool allow or will allow company and manufacturer to inquire about the specific regulatory guideline for making changes or modification to registered medical devices. So the Egyptian Drug Authority has made this tool accessible through the following link, and the results look like the table that is shown here. So as you can see, you can also filter by the change or variation that you are interested in, and or just display all the available changes. Here you have the required document that should be presented in this case or in this change. And and for example, for addition of codes, we have this list of required document. For changing of registered code, another list, and so on. And you can also download the guidance for this change, the time frame and workflow. And also here you can find the submission link for a normal track and an email for submission link for fast track. So this is a very, very important update in Egypt. Finally, we arrive in India, where we will discuss two essential updates. The first one is related to Class C and Class D import license, and the second one about the classification of IVDs. So the first one, Class C and D import license. As outlined in the Circular F number 29 MISC 03 2023 DC 344, that was effective recently from October 12, 2023. Here, let's first talk about the background. We all know that all Class C and D medical devices are meant to be and their full licensing regime starting 1st October 2023. However, the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, CDSCO, has introduced a 6-month grace period commencing on October 12, 2023. Now, continuing our discussion on India, we pivot to the classification of IVD and the notice number notice IVD MISC 196 2020, effective from October 25, 2023. Introduces and updates an addition to the classification of IVD. So here the changes encompass various category and annexure. And as you can see, we have the annexure related to the IVD analyzer that we can see here as example. This is for the IVD analyzer. We can see the different the name of the IVD analyzer, the category that it pertains to, and its related risk class as per Part 2 first schedule of IMDR 2017, and the short description of the intended use. So this this annexure, which is the annexure Annex 4A related to analyzer, as well as the IVD instruments Annexure B were updated. The Annexure C related to IVD software was not changed this time. However, we have here two new added annexure related to specimen receptacle, and the last one related to COVID. So please note that this list is subject to revision from time to time. So it is this is the applicable list right now, but it could be changed over the next weeks or month. Here you have the references, and thank you for joining us for this webinar today. We appreciate your presence and look forward to having you and also in our next meeting. We will be held in this meeting and this update monthly. So the presented country will change. Everything depends on the update. Until then, take care and stay informed. Thank you. Yeah, I can welcome any question. Arazy, here we have Gabriela. Yeah.
Hi, man. Thank you for the presentation. It was very interesting. I have a question about the transition in Australia to make sure I understood. Could you please repeat the potential date for that extension and the type of products that would be affected by it?
Yes. Let's go to.
Yeah, sorry for making you go back that far.
No problem. Yeah. So Australia. Okay. So yeah, about the date. Yes, as I said, the published information indicates the discussion about a potential extension of the transition period. So the ending, the deadline was about stood up on October 31st, 2024, and now there are discussion and could be extended to the July 1st, 2029.
Mm-hmm.
This is a proposal. This still has to be drafted. And yeah, and for now, it was published just regarding to these three, as I said, to these three medical devices. But we all know that on August 2023, several more medical devices were reclassified. There are more guidance, but for now, these talks are about extension of the date for these three categories. Maybe we're gonna see the other category joining also for probably this it's gonna join this update.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome, Gabby. Thank you. Any other question?
I have a question, Iman.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Okay, go ahead.
The question is regarding India. If you can go back to India just for a minute.
Yeah, this was the last country. Yes.
So my question is if within the 6 months grace period, I wanted to make sure if all Class C and D medical device will be permitted to import and marketing in India.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see. So here, to clarify, there was a subsequent publication following this circular. Just to explicitly just to clarify this point, and this circular explicitly states that only non-regulatory Class C and D medical devices and important which were registered and had import license application pending before October 1st are allowed to continue their import and marketing operation during this time. So only the medical devices that were registered and had the import license, so they still allow to import their import and marketing operation during this time.
Okay. Yeah, that's clear. Thank you.
Welcome, Edith. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a question too.
Yes, Mickey.
Okay, it's regarding Indonesia. Indonesia?
Yeah.
Yeah. How exactly should marketing permit holder reports the results of the post-marketing test in Indonesia? How it should be done?
Yes. So here, I think, yes, as we said, to report, yes, this is the third point. The post-market test results must be reported, as I said, electronically. And if you want to see that, more detail is listed on the attachment 4. Here we can find the website link and the step-by-step instruction to follow. Can have a look at that. Let me just see the link, if we could open it. Yeah, sorry, can just see the link. So this is, yeah, the HK 221721. Just to show you how it looked like. This one. Sorry, it is uploaded. Yeah. So this is in, sorry, it's not in English, but just to show you the annexure 4. As you can see, here you have, this is the annex 4, the mechanism of reporting, and here you have the website, the link to the website, and the schematic explanation and on how to do it. As I said before, you have also another annexure that explains the other steps. This was the table about the priority list, and yeah, that's it.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. That's all for today. Thank you. Thank you for your for joining us, and thank you for your question.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, see you
Bye-bye.
next month.
Bye. See you.